Hi everybody, welcome to the stream for those of you just tuning in, and that includes myself. How you guys doing on this Saturday pre-evening? I don't know if whatever you want to call it, but to me, it's still daytime. Regardless, hold on a minute. Yeah, regardless, this is Marlon here, and this is episode 22 of Kingdom Hearts 2. And as you can see, folks, right now it is 79 degrees with few clouds, mostly clear skies throughout the New York City area. Though today we had some sun and clouds throughout much of the day with a high of 79 and a low of 61. Tomorrow there will be clear skies with a high of 82 and a low of 64. Monday there will be sun and clouds with a high of 86 and a low of 70. Tuesday and Wednesday there will be mostly cloudy skies with a high of 84 and the lows will be in the low to mid 70s. For Thursday and Friday of next week, temperatures will be at 82 for the high, and for the low, also 72. But that's just what's being said there. Now it's time for me to do the national weather discussion for you guys. So let's just get right to it. We've played the radar for you guys just to see what's going on all across the country. There are 120 active weather alerts right now, as of this second. From what I can tell, folks, is that there are 12 severe thunderstorm warnings, and where are they? New Mexico, Colorado, and Canada. Not much, though. 9 flash flood warnings in New Mexico, Georgia, Virginia, Kentucky, Alabama, Tennessee, and North Carolina. 11 special weather statements in Florida, Montana, Texas, Idaho, Colorado, New Mexico, I think I already said Wyoming, and Georgia. 9 extreme heat warnings, 31 air quality alerts, 35 flood warnings, and 13 red flag warnings. Now let's see what's going on in the Northeast. For the most part, it's quite quiet for the most part, especially in the New York City area, as I mentioned before. Though there are showers and storms. They're about to enter through northern Maine as we speak, folks. In the past 3 hours, it affected Quebec, but of course, this is beyond the scope of the stream. But still, it's about to cross into northern Maine, and it'll cause some light to moderate. It'll cause just about as much as moderate rain. Fall accumulation in northern Maine, but throughout the rest of the Northeast, it's quite clear, quite dry. But in a few places in like West Virginia, in the center part of the mountaineer state, just a few spotty cloud showers and storms. Though there is one flash flood warning in the southwestern corner of Virginia. A few clouds, a few showers in the southwestern part of Virginia as well, but nothing widespread though. Though there are air quality alerts throughout the interior and northern parts of New England, much of Maine, northern New Hampshire, the entirety of Vermont, the Adirondacks, the lake shores of upstate New York. They are under air quality alerts, all because of some wildfires, in which it's causing all that smoke to end up in the upper part of the atmosphere and then descend onto areas like the Great Lakes region and the north and the interior part of New England. That's it for the Northeast. As you can see, there are plenty of storms all throughout much of the South, all because you have this stationary front that's located all across the eastern half of the Gulf Coast. Cold front just south of Louisiana, and then you have another stationary front sneaking through the Lone Star State and up right along the front range of the Rockies all the way to Montana, as you can see, with the areas of low pressure here and there. But meanwhile in the south, there is an area of tropical interest that's located off of the Outer Banks of North Carolina. But right now, in the past 3 hours, there have been plenty of clouds and showers, but on the outer bands. But right now, it looks like as though it's moving out. But regardless, There's still plenty of spotty showers and storms throughout parts of North Carolina, South Carolina, and a lot of storms all across Georgia, causing some thunderstorms there, small hail, damaging winds in a few places throughout the Peach State, especially much of Alabama with pop-up thunderstorms right now, and in southern Mississippi and Louisiana too. But just a few areas of some spotty showers in southern Arkansas, eastern Tennessee, getting some storms popping up right now. But nothing too severe right now, as the rain and a few storms are about to enter into North Carolina and Virginia, and especially throughout Georgia as well. But the rest of Tennessee, it's quite clear, especially northern parts of Arkansas and Mississippi, also clear. We go down to Florida, where there are some thunderstorms right now in the southern part of the state, especially along the I-4 corridor, but not as dramatic as those down south. In Florida, Jacksonville getting thunderstorms right now, and throughout many parts of the panhandle of Florida, right along places like Mobile, Gulfport, New Orleans, and about to be Baton Rouge with some thunderstorms right now. We go to the Lone Star State with just about a few showers and clouds throughout the southern parts of Oklahoma, but that's dissipated. But however, in the far western part of the panhandle of Oklahoma, there are some thunderstorms that are approaching in that area, especially going down into the northern part of the panhandle of Texas. Elsewhere throughout the Lone Star State, plenty of storms, a lot of moderate to heavy rain in some places, localized heavy flash flooding, especially in Kerrville. Same place that's been deluged by heavy rains there. San Antonio is about to get drenched with rain in a matter of moments. As you can see, Austin getting storms in the past 3 hours, some moderate rainfall here and there. And you're getting some that are about to approach on the western side of Houston and towards Victoria, Texas, Corpus Christi, but that'll happen in about a couple hours. But it's a slow mover, actually. Then we go to the Ohio Valley, where it's mostly clear, as you can see, but in the southeastern part of Kentucky, just a few places where there are showers and clouds there, but there is a tiny piece that's under a flash flood warning. That's because it's just a little over the Kentucky border, affecting places like Whitesburg and Cumberland, Kentucky. But elsewhere throughout the bluegrass states, quite nice. Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, quite nice too. But it's not entirely nice because although there are a few areas where there are flood warnings along the Mississippi, from north of St. Louis all the way to Davenport, there are air quality alerts, not only because of air pollution in the Chicago area, but also in the not so urbanized areas like northeastern Indiana, just away from Chicago, and just right around the least populated places in Michigan. The entirety of Michigan is under air quality alerts right now. I mean, even in Upper Michigan, there are lots of pollution right now. That's all due to the Canadian wildfire smoke that's affecting the entirety of the Great Lakes region, plus Wisconsin. It's a terrible thing, folks. Detroit, Chicago, and even Green Bay, Madison, Milwaukee, they're not getting a break, unfortunately, with all that smoke coming from Canada. It's tragic. It's horrible. In Minnesota and the Dakotas, as you can see, just about a few clouds and showers, maybe a few storms in South Dakota right now, but it's not quite as severe, though. As you can see, it's in the center part of the state, moving eastward, and though there are some flood warnings that have already been issued throughout eastern South Dakota, southern Minnesota, eastern Iowa. But overall, even though there are some clouds and showers and a few storms in South Dakota, plus maybe a few clouds and showers in southwestern Minnesota and southeastern North Dakota, it's quite clear. Elsewhere, but clouds and a few showers along the Missouri River Valley right now, affecting places like Iowa, Nebraska, Omaha, and parts of Kansas City. Air quality alerts are in effect throughout the metropolitan part and the outskirts of Kansas City, but just shy of reaching Topeka in Kansas. Then we move on to the Northern Rockies, where there are lots of pop-up thunderstorms right now affecting places as far west as the Cascades in Oregon, and as far east as Nebraska right now, because the rain and storms have just exited. Parts of it just exited Wyoming and are now affecting places like western Nebraska, going into western Kansas in a matter of moments. But in the meantime, there are plenty of storms affecting the leeward side of the Cascades in Oregon, much of Idaho, with some special weather statements there in the center part of the state, as well as red flag warnings that's issued in the southwest corner of Idaho. Plenty of storms just southwest of Billings, north of Riverton. But overall, it's just storms, folks. Better be careful no matter where you are, because they can approach you in places and times you least expect. Wyoming, much of the state, they are dealing with lots of storms going down to Colorado, parts of Utah, particularly just north of Salt Lake City, but maybe Salt Lake City may get some showers and storms going, but that's just only a matter of about an hour. But on the northeastern corner of Utah, more storms throughout the entirety of Colorado and the entirety of New Mexico. There is a severe thunderstorm warning that's been issued near Silver City, New Mexico, and 2 flash flood warnings just northeast of this town. There are red flag warnings that are posted in the southern half of Utah, the western edge of Colorado. There is also a flash flood warning located in south central New Mexico near Alamogordo. There are excessive heat warnings throughout southern Arizona, plus parts of the Grand Canyon and southeastern California. Though there are plenty of pop-up thunderstorms right now in the southeastern part of Arizona. And they're moving to generally slowly to the east, though. So you can see. The rest of California, it doesn't really look like as though there is much, maybe a few showers in a few parts in Northern California. Elsewhere, it's quite dry, especially throughout much of Nevada. But in the northern parts of Nevada, there have been some storms, but right now they're moving away towards the east-northeast right now in the past 3 hours. And as I mentioned, throughout the Pacific Northwest, maybe in the southeastern corner, there have been a few storms, but that has moved eastward. Elsewhere throughout Washington State, quite clear, with the exception of anywhere just northeast of Omak and the coastal part of Oregon. Well, not much going on, folks, but there is plenty of action along the Rockies and the interior parts of the West and the South, and even a few parts in the Dakotas. But places that don't have much action, or rather what seems like it, well, there's plenty of Canadian wildfire smoke that's plaguing throughout the Great Lakes region and the interior northern parts of New England. Now let's move on to the Stream Deck's not working, folks. I don't know what's going on. But regardless, let's go here. We'll make this quick, folks, because I gotta get to the tropics. But just as important, I need to drink my cold water, because I don't know if you guys ever watched King of the Hill, but Boomhauer really hates drinking warm beer, because he thinks that's not only a European thing, but the European thing that he's calling it, having to drink warm beer, it's nasty. And although I honestly find warm beer to be nasty as well. I mean, it's just that, look, I don't drink a lot, just so you know, folks. Alright? I don't drink a lot, but whenever I do drink beer, I'd rather keep it cold because warm beer is just nasty. Whew. Okay. Yeah, I need cold water because well, it's summer. You're supposed to drink something cold. Let's see what we got. So in the New England, parts of upstate New York, well, you got winds coming from the west, moving out into sea. But in upstate New York, winds are shifting to the southeast. Pennsylvania, winds are actually shifting to the south. But winds are mostly light and variable throughout much of the coastal parts of the New York City area, from Long Island all the way to the Jersey Shore. But well, the central part of the Jersey Shore. But in the southern part of the Jersey Shore, winds are coming from the northeast, blowing up to 25 miles per hour in some places. Then in the Delmarva Peninsula on the coastal side, winds are blowing up to 30 miles an hour. On the southern tip, it's at the strongest. But elsewhere throughout the mid-Atlantic, just northeasterly winds blowing at around up to 20 miles an hour, especially in West Virginia. Talk temperatures. So what do we got throughout New England? Temperatures are in the upper 60s to mid 70s there. Upstate New York, temperatures are in the 70s. Greater New York City area, temperatures are also in the 70s. Pennsylvania too. Then we go down to the mid-Atlantic. Same story. And West Virginia, same story too. I know that's just laziness, but that's what I'm getting, folks. At least for now, if you know what I mean, folks. I'm just checking the chat real quick. Okay, so what do we got in the south? So the southeast. So let's start off with the Carolinas. Winds are coming from the northeast, blowing up to 20 miles per hour, with the exception along the coastal parts, in which winds are blowing between 20 to 30 miles an hour, maybe a little higher though. In the Outer Banks, Georgia, you're seeing winds. Some places are becoming light and variable. Southern part, winds are coming from the southwest, blowing up to 20 miles an hour. Eastern part, winds are coming from the east. Tennessee, you have winds that are coming from the north throughout much of the state. Eastern part of the state, winds are very light and variable, blowing up to 20 miles per hour in western Tennessee. Northern Alabama, northern Mississippi, winds are actually coming from the north as well, but shifting to the south-southeast, up to 20 miles an hour. But the southern parts of Alabama and Mississippi, winds are somewhat light and variable. And we talk about what's going on in Arkansas. Winds are coming from the northeast, blowing up to 20 miles an hour. Louisiana, winds are generally moving to the either the south or southeast, blowing up to 20 miles an hour, but there are a lot of places that are blowing a little lighter and somewhat variable, but they're mostly moving to the south, then to the east. Okay, let's see what we got throughout the south. So let's start off in Tennessee and the Carolinas and even Georgia, where temperatures are in the mid 70s to the mid 80s. Yeah, and that includes, I don't know. Yeah, that's for Tennessee, the Carolinas, and Georgia. Alabama, Mississippi, temperatures are in the 80s. Arkansas, also in the 80s, along with Louisiana. Then we go down to Florida. Well, as you can see throughout northern Florida, you have winds that are coming from the west-southwest, blowing up to 20 miles an hour. But that's only throughout much of the northern part of the state. But on the Atlantic side, winds are actually moving to the north-northwest, but also blowing up to 20 miles an hour, though. In South Florida, on the west coast, winds are somewhat light and variable, especially in the Florida Keys. Temperatures all across the Sunshine State, they are in the 80s. Then we go to Texas and Oklahoma, where you're seeing winds throughout Oklahoma. Winds are coming from the northeast, blowing up to 15 miles an hour, shifting to the south in northern Texas, becoming light and variable throughout the east, southeastern, and central part of Texas. In Oklahoma, you're seeing winds they're shifting to the northwest, but in the panhandle of Oklahoma, winds are blowing at around about up to 20-25 miles an hour, especially in the panhandle of Texas. Winds blowing to the north, though, as well. In the western Texas, winds are actually becoming very light, though, with winds moving to the west, blowing up to 20 miles an hour, just between Alpine and Ciudad Acuña. In the southern tip of Texas, as I failed to mention, winds coming from the Gulf, blowing up to 20 miles an hour. Oklahoma winds, temperatures are in the 80s, especially throughout the Panhandle and northeastern Texas, all the way down to Houston and Corpus Christi. Western Texas, temperatures are in the 90s, 100 in San Antonio, Killeen at 91, Abilene, San Angelo at 93. Then we go to the Ohio Valley. As you can see, virtually, hold on a minute. Yeah, let me take a quick sip, folks. Throughout the Ohio Valley, consisting of Kentucky, Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio, winds are blowing to the southwest, blowing around up to 20 miles an hour, a few places up to 25. But in northern Illinois, especially Chicago, winds are coming from the Lake Michigan, blowing to the west, blowing up to 20 miles an hour. And we see Kentucky temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s. Ohio and Indiana, especially Illinois, temperatures are in the 70s. Now we do have a surface high located in Lake Michigan, and winds are very light there. Winds are actually moving to the south, shifting to the southwest, but blowing up to 15 miles an hour. Northern tip of the lower peninsula, winds are blowing up to 20 miles an hour, moving to the east. In folks, thought I heard something. Never mind, folks. So, right now, as you can see in the upper peninsula of Michigan, winds are moving to the east at up to 20 miles an hour. In some places, maybe a little higher. Wisconsin, winds are very light, though a little variable in the eastern part of Wisconsin. Mostly it's just lake breeze coming from Lake Michigan, but western Wisconsin, winds are moving to the north, shifting to the northeast, blowing up to 20 miles an hour. We got temperatures in Michigan, they are in the 70s to low 80s. Wisconsin, also 70s to low 80s. Then we go to Minnesota and the Dakotas. So you can see winds are generally moving to the north in Minnesota, and some parts of Minnesota, particularly in west central Minnesota, winds are blowing up to 25 to 30 miles an hour, but a little lighter elsewhere. In much of South Dakota and North Dakota, you're seeing winds shifting to the northwest, but in many places, they're blowing between 20 to 30 miles an hour, maybe a little light in western South Dakota and southwest North Dakota. So you can see temperatures are in the 70s in Minnesota, especially North Dakota and South Dakota as well, but just up to 80 degrees in places like Buffalo, Rapid City, and Pierre. So you're seeing the Missouri River Valley, consisting of Iowa, Missouri, Nebraska, and Kansas. Iowa, you have winds that are shifting from the east to the north, blowing up to 20 miles an hour. Nebraska, much of the state, winds are moving to the north, blowing up to 20 to 30 miles per hour, maybe a little higher in the center part of the state, above the western edge of the state, just a little light and variable. Kansas, winds are shifting from the east to the northwest at up to 20 to 30 miles per hour in the western part of the state. Missouri, winds are coming from the southwest, shifting to the west, from the northeast, shifting to the west at up to 20 miles an hour. Temperatures in Iowa and much of Nebraska, they are in the 70s, but Cauldron, it's at 86. Kansas, much of the regions in the much of Kansas, temperatures are in the upper 70s to low 80s. Missouri, temperatures are in the 70s to low 80s there. So, what do we got for the Northern Rockies? Well, folks, virtually much of the Northern Rockies, winds generally coming from the west, but many places winds are around 20 to 30 miles an hour in a few places, especially in southern Idaho, central Montana, and much of Wyoming, but not in a widespread fashion. But some places just a little light though, and eastern Montana. Winds are coming from the southeast, blowing to the north, but also winds that are coming from the west. They're shifting to the north in the southeast corner. Winds are somewhat light and variable. Temperatures throughout Montana, they range from 66 in Kalispell to 89 in Billings. Idaho, you have temperatures in the northern half of the state. They're in the 70s. Southern half, 80s. Wyoming, temperatures are in the mid-70s to mid-80s, upper 80s, I mean. Let's go to Nevada and Utah and Colorado. Let me take a quick sip, folks. Yeah. Yeah. Let me see the chat real quick. All right. Okay, so in the eastern end of Colorado, winds are moving to the north, blowing up to 15 to 25 miles an hour. Hold on a minute. I'm back. Okay, so much of Colorado, winds are coming from the west, blowing up to 20 to 30 miles an hour in many places. Utah, winds generally moving to the east, but many places they're only blowing at around up to 20 to 30 miles an hour throughout much of the state. In Nevada, you're seeing on the southern part of Nevada, winds are moving to the northeast, blowing at around 15 to 25 miles an hour. In the northern part of the state, somewhat light and variable. In northeastern Nevada, winds are moving to generally to the southeast, blowing up to 25 miles an hour. Alright, let's talk temperatures. So we got temperatures range from 77 in Colorado Springs to 95 in Grand Junction. Utah, temperatures are in the low 80s to low hundreds. They range from 80 in Logan to 100 in St. George. You get Nevada. Throughout much Nevada, temperatures are in the 80s, but on the southern tip, temperatures are in the 90s to mid-hundreds. Then we go to the desert southwest, New Mexico, Arizona. You're seeing Arizona winds are coming from the southwest. In the northern part of the state, they're only blowing around 20 to 30 miles an hour, up to 25 just south of Phoenix and west of Tucson. And just a little light and variable, just anywhere like east Tucson. Like on the southeastern corner of the state, and New Mexico, also in the southwestern part of the state, just light and variable winds, but the rest, winds are coming from the west, shifting to the northeast, blowing up to 20 to 30 miles an hour in some places, particularly in the northwestern corner of New Mexico. Whew. Temperatures in New Mexico, they are in the upper 80s to upper 90s. In Arizona, you have 77 in Alpine, but In the northern half of Arizona, temperatures are in the mid-80s to upper mid-90s. Southern half, temperatures are in the triple digits. In California, so what do we got? We got winds paralleling along the California coast to the south, but winds that do make it onshore. Well, in the northern part of California, the coastlines in Northern California, they have winds that are moving somewhere between 20 to 30, maybe some places up to 40 miles an hour. In Southern California, along the coast, winds are blowing up to 20 miles per hour there. But winds in the interior, some places light and variable winds, but places like Central Valley, they're moving into the Sierra Nevadas, blowing up to 20 miles per hour. North of LA, winds are moving to the Mojave Desert, all the way to Nevada to Las Vegas, with winds blowing up to 25 miles an hour. South coastline, 61 in Eureka, then you got 73 in San Diego, 86 in LA. It's the Bay Area, temperatures are in the 70s to mid-80s there. Then you're seeing it in the Central Valley, California, temperatures are in the 90s, 109 in Indio. See what we got. So in the Pacific Northwest, we do have winds moving onshore, but strong winds are along the coast in Oregon, blowing around up to 30 or 35 miles an hour. In the Columbia River Valley, just on the central part, right in the south central part of Washington State, north central part of Oregon, they're blowing up to 25 miles per hour, especially on the leeward side of the Cascades in Washington State, blowing up to 25 miles per hour. Winds throughout the Pacific Northwest after crossing into the Cascades, they're generally blowing to the east, but they're light though in Oregon. Hold on a minute, folks. Never mind. Okay, never mind. I don't know why I did that, folks. So what do we got? So temperatures in Oregon, they are in the 70s to mid-80s. Washington State, temperatures are in the 70s. Well, they range from 71 in Seattle to 91 in Yakima and Walla Walla. Well, actually 70 in Trail. Let's talk about gusts. So where are the gusts? Plenty of gusts just located offshore, but they're actually located in the Outer Banks in the coastal part of North Carolina. Wind gusts are estimated to be around about up to 50 miles per hour in the Outer Banks, that is in the Carolinas, all because of a tropical system that's located offshore. So you can see, we'll get to that in a moment with the tropical update. Plenty of gusts in the Great Plains, blowing up to 40 to 50 miles an hour in Nebraska and parts of the Rockies and the desert Southwest and the Great Basin. You have winds blowing at around 40 to 50 miles an hour locally. All right. Let's talk about humidity. Where's the humidity? There's plenty of humidity in the southeast, Louisiana, parts of Florida, in the northern part of the state, parts of the Dakotas, and parts of Montana. Rainfall estimates. But do keep in mind, folks, consult with local officials for actual local reports for any rainfall amounts, especially wind gusts, because local weather reports and local data are actually more accurate than what I'm saying to you guys. All I'm saying is just an estimate, not the actual thing that had happened, but rather that may happen. Right? So in other words, yeah, I'm a little too late. That just depends. Depends if it's accurate. If not, then well, you can guys tell me. You can just tell me in the chat. Just let me know what your rainfall estimates are, or wind gusts, whatever. Plenty of rains in Georgia and the Smoky Mountains, the Appalachians, like eastern Tennessee. You're seeing just about an estimate of up to 4 inches of rain in some places in Georgia and in southeastern Tennessee. This is up to an inch or two in the Gulf Coast. especially throughout the southern plains, up to 3 inches of rain in a few places. Localized heavy rains, especially in parts of the Dakotas and northeastern Montana. Alright. Now let's talk about the upper level winds. So, what do we got? So, let's just assume that this is right now, okay? So, we have a ridge located over New Mexico, and a trough located. I think I can hear background music, folks. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Like I said, there's a ridge over New Mexico, a trough over the intersection of the Mississippi and Ohio rivers, especially just north of Maine. And there is, from what I'm seeing, another small ridge over just north of Washington State, which means that there is plenty of wet weather in the Great Basin, especially in the northern Rockies, but quite dry throughout much of the Midwest and the Northeast too. Though the St. Lawrence River Valley in Canada, well, that's just it's just severe weather that may end up in northern Maine. That's right now, so we go to 24 hours from now. What do we got? Okay, so hold on a minute. Sorry about that. Alright, in the desert southwest, you can see there is a ridge over there, a trough located off of the over the Pacific Northwest, and another one located over Arkansas, and a ridge over the Great Lakes region, a small trough over Minnesota. And what I believe is that there's definitely a trough that's just way north of Maine, as you can see, which means that there's going to be more wet weather throughout the Great Basin or the Rockies. And we're going to see some wet weather brewing in the in the upper Mississippi Valley, especially parts of the South. We'll get plenty of rains going, maybe a few places with severe weather that could be in play. Now we're going to move on to Monday night. You can see it's going to be a ridge over New Mexico, a trough over Washington State, a small ridge over the Great Lakes region, a small trough over New Mexico, Minnesota, a small ridge over the Mid-Atlantic, which means that there is going to be some strong to severe weather in the southeast all the way to the Mid-Atlantic. That's going to be something, folks. Oof, boy. And there could be some wet weather in the northwestern Great Lakes region, upper Mississippi Valley, especially the northern Rockies, all the way down to the Great Basin and parts of the desert southwest. There could be a chance for some wet weather, maybe a few thunderstorms there. But right now, folks, this is just my prediction. Then we have Tuesday night. There is going to be a large area of high pressure in the upper atmosphere, in which it'll cause a ridge that's going to occur over the Colorado Rockies. And there is going to be a ridge that's going to be over and off of the East Coast, especially a trough just northeast of Maine, and a little bit of trough just north of Montana for Tuesday night. What does this mean? It means there may be some Storms that could occur throughout the Northern Rockies, Bitterroot Mountains, all the way down to the Great Basin, and maybe even parts of the Great Lakes region and the Southeast. Whew. Alright, now let's talk about the tropics before we can get to the 3-day forecast. But before we do that, just want to see the chat. Nothing much going on right now. But here, definitely just keeping an eye on this. There is going to be a 30% chance development within right between 2 to 7 days from now. Yeah, I mean, let's just take a look at it. Let's see what we got. Let's go back to here. Okay, so there's an area spin right here, which means that there is going to be a system that could form maybe in the next 2 to 7 days. Then we go to 24 hours from now. This is the GFS model. That's for 24 hours from now. There could be some development, and that's just 500 millibars, which means this system does have potential. Could have potential, folks. Then we move on to Monday night. It's gonna move out. I mean, even whether if it's gonna develop or not, I mean, it's gonna move. It's gonna be someone else's problem. 24 hours from then, not much, but there could be a different system that could brew right around just off of the Carolinas, off of Florida and Georgia on Tuesday night. So by Wednesday night, this one is nothing short of an area of the subtropical low. Just, enough to cause a lot of trouble. Some rains offshore and into the Carolinas and Mid-Atlantic for Thursday night. Oh boy. Okay, so we're getting somewhere, folks. We're getting somewhere for Thursday night for the Carolinas there, folks. And then we move on to Friday night. Oh, boy. Yep, folks, it looks like as though there we are going to get something based off of the GFS model. And then finally, hold on a minute. Okay, in 168 hours from now, there could be a system that could be a serious threat to the East Coast in a matter of 7 days. So that system could be onto something. Let's check on what's going on with the European model right now, just to see what's going on. And from what I can tell, folks, we see. Okay, so assuming that this is right now. And there is this area of low pressure here. Then we move on to 24 hours from now. And not much going on, just a little fold there. And another 24 hours, which would be Monday night. That could be something, folks. Could be something. Yeah, the air's stagnating, folks. You can see. I mean, there could be two tropical systems, tropical lows, subtropical lows off the Outer Banks. Yep. Could be something, but there is an upper level low just located over the Appalachian Mountains, eastern Kentucky for Wednesday night. But that's a little dip in the jet stream, folks, so that could be something. I mean, it doesn't look like as though there could be something in terms of tropical development for Wednesday night. But as we move to Thursday night, I mean, it's just nothing but dip in the jet, nothing but a deep trough, a thin trough, I could say. Yet there could be a spinning low at 500 millibars, just located miles, hundreds of miles off of the Florida coast for Thursday night. But by Friday night, yeah, there could be something, folks. Could be something offshore. And then finally, for 160 for a week from now, I would say, folks, that Not much. I mean, there could be upper level high that could occur just offshore, but it's not really a tropical system. So, in other words, the European model doesn't really want the system to feature a system, a tropical system that a potential tropical storm or hurricane that could make landfall or be at least a serious threat along the East Coast by the following week of, let's say, after next Saturday. But the European model says, nah, 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 nah. I really, really don't think this is more of a serious thing. I mean, for them, as a reason, let's just say that I'd rather keep it away from the East Coast. But, of course, the American model, the GFS, it would beg to differ on that one. Alright, but well, let's just see what's going on at the surface in about the next week or so before we can get to the 3-day forecast, because the 3-day forecast is more accurate than do the 7-day forecast, and it requires a lot of work, though, if you know what I mean, folks. Now, let me just pull this up. Okay, we got an area of low pressure just off of the Carolinas, off the Outer Banks, but let me take a quick sip of water, folks, real quick. Hold on a moment. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Okay, so this is what we got. Now, 24 hours from now, as you can see, well, there is low pressure just offshore. Another 24 hours from now, Monday night, still going to be there, but just moving to the northeast. Then to Tuesday night, it's going to move out. Wednesday night, could be the air will stagnate at the surface. Yeah, off the southeast though. By Thursday night, plenty of stagnation. Stagnation means it's more of a barometric swamp. A barometric swamp is basically, well, I know this may sound like a weather topic of the day, which I could make that a weather topic of the day, folks, believe it or not. But yeah, so let's just say in my words that a barometric swamp is an area in an isobaric map, a weather map, in which the isobars are well spread out, and in most cases you have wind barbs that show very light winds moving in any direction, not in an organized fashion. But although that doesn't really sound like the definition of a barometric swamp, it just means that there's a very, very consistent amount of atmospheric pressure readings, nothing too significant in terms of quantity or distant, and that the gradient of atmospheric pressure is not so great. Okay. Now that we got the mini weather topic of the day dealt with, I'll probably repeat that in another stream, but right now let's just focus on this. So let's move on to Friday night. Friday night, it's just not much going on, and then finally on Saturday night, next Saturday night, it's not much. I mean, you're just seeing a clockwise flow of the surface high, just located off of the southeast, which, in other words, it's not going to be a thing for the northeast. It's just going to be some rainfall that could occur next weekend. Now, for the GFS model, there's a low offshore off the Carolinas 24 hours from now. So you can see there's a low moving to the northeast. Then on Monday night, it's going to move out. Then, yeah, there's going to be another low that could form. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, there's a barometric swamp, and yet there it's just enough to form into another tropical system. Then that's for Tuesday night, but by Wednesday night, it's gonna pose a threat to the East Coast. By Wednesday night, Thursday night, it gradually develops into what could possibly be a tropical storm that could affect places like the North Carolinas. And then by Friday night, it's going to develop even further into what could be a hurricane. That's just my prediction, folks. That could make an impact throughout the Carolina coast. And then we move on to next Saturday night, where it strengthens even further. I mean, look at this. The Gulf Shore is feeding this system right here. Lack of upper level winds throughout the next few days. In the mid to later part of the week, all going into next weekend, there could be some development of the next system after the one that's been currently issued by the National Hurricane Center, in which they were able to detect the storm that's right there right now, but yet that system could leave behind an area of low pressure that's being separated from the main system, in which it'll go away to the northeast, away from the east coast, but the leftover could be the storm that could develop into a tropical storm or a hurricane. Hurricane or tropical storm Dexter. But right now, this is all just a disagreement between the two models right now, between the GFS and the European models. All right? But we're still too early in the game, so folks, you might well just buckle up. It's going to be a long ride, so get excited, because there's going to be a lot of hurricane talk from now on. All right? Now, let's change the scene to here. I might do a highlight, in terms of my tropical update. If you know what I mean, folks. It's just so wild for me to talk like this. Alright, so without having to waste too much time, let's go talk about what's going on for the next 7 days. So, let's talk about temperatures. Let's make this quick. So, let me transition here. Where are the warm lows? Warm lows in the Gulf Coast, Desert Southwest, chilly lows, Rockies, Cascades, parts of the Great Basin, and even a little bit in central New York, northeastern Pennsylvania, and even northern Ohio Valley, like northern Indiana. Tomorrow night, where's the heat wave? Florida, Texas, Desert Southwest, much of California, much of the Great Basin, and parts of the Great Plains. Chilly weather in the Cascades. Warm lows. Florida. Rest of the Gulf Coast. Desert Southwest. Chilly lows. Rocky Mountains. Parts of the Great Basin. Central Valley of California. Cascades. Many parts of the Pacific Northwest. And even parts of central New York. North central Pennsylvania. Heat waves. Florida. Desert Southwest Texas. Northern Plains Dakotas. Much of the Great Basin. Central Valley, California. Leeward side of the Cascades. Whew. Oh yeah, and there's going to be some somewhat hot temperatures throughout the megalopolis parts of the Northeast. Warm lows. Florida. Rest of the Gulf Coast. Desert Southwest. Chilly lows. The Rockies. Parts of the Great Basin. Parts of the Cascades and Leeward side as well. Oh yeah, there's going to be warm lows in South Dakota. Parts of South Dakota. Finally, heat waves. Florida. Stretching all the way to parts of the Northeast. All the way up to the southern part of the New York City area. It's a lot worse in the Great Plains. Desert Southwest, and much of the Great Basin, much of California too. Leeward side of the Cascades, maybe some heat wave. Where's the humidity for tomorrow morning? Great Plains, Texas, Gulf Coast, even a little bit throughout much of the East Coast, going from southeast all the way to New England. A little bit of moisture in parts of the West Coast. Tomorrow night, where's the humidity? Anywhere east of the Rockies. In parts of the West Coast, but not as significant as those out east. Monday morning, where's the humidity? Anywhere east of the Rockies, but a little less humidity in the parts of the Mississippi Valley and the interior parts of the East Coast. Where's the humidity for Monday night? Anywhere east of the Rockies. A lot of humidity in the northern plains and the southeast and the Mississippi Valley. A little bit of humidity in the Pacific Northwest, but not as significant. Tuesday morning, where's the humidity? Anywhere east of the Rockies. A little bit in the desert Southwest, but not significant, especially parts of the West Coast. Where's the humidity for Tuesday night? Anywhere east of the Rockies, and even parts of the West Coast. Let's talk about Cape for tomorrow morning. Where's the Cape? Where's the good amount of Cape? Gulf Coast, parts of the Great Plains. Tomorrow night, where's the abundance of Cape? Convection, Gulf Coast, Great Plains, central third of the country, even a little bit in the northwestern part of the country, and even parts of the interior parts of the Northeast. For Monday morning, where's the convection? Where's the good amount of convection? Gulf Coast, Texas and the Great Plains, New Mexico. Monday night, where's the convection? Worst part is in the Great Plains, Gulf Coast, some, and even plenty of, a lot, in western Texas, eastern New Mexico, and even some in the Mississippi Valley, and a little bit in the interior part of the North New England. And even the Bitterroot Mountains and the Northern Rockies. Where's the convection? A lot of it. Well, just some in the Gulf Coast, western Great Plains, eastern New Mexico, a little bit in this Mississippi Valley, but not much. Finally, where's the worst of the convection? Great Plains, a little bit in Florida, but not as much, but still a lot. Western Gulf Coast, Mississippi Valley, parts of the Northeast. Let's talk about rain. All right. It's going to be a lot of storms for tomorrow morning. In the south, Great Plains, a few showers and clouds in the west coast, leeward side of the Cascades, and parts of the front range of the Rockies, northern Rockies. Tomorrow night, plenty of storms all across the south. Mid-Atlantic, just a few clouds and showers. Plenty of storms in the Great Plains, parts of the Mississippi Valley, and even the Bitterroot Mountains, Northern Rockies, Western Great Plains, if I haven't really said anything about the Great Plains. Monday morning, a lot of storms all across the south, Great Plains, some storms and rain, showers, clouds, especially in the Northern Rockies, and stray clouds and showers throughout parts of the West Coast. Monday night, lots of storms throughout the Gulf Coast, Southeast, Mississippi Valley, even the Ohio Valley, parts of the Mid-Atlantic, and the Dakotas, Northern Plains, Upper Mississippi Valley, Northern Rockies, Bitterroot Mountains, lots of storms, and even a few clouds and showers in the coastal part of the Pacific Northwest. Tuesday morning, a lot of storms about to brew, Gulf Coast, Southeast going into the Mid-Atlantic and parts of the Northeast, not just south of New York City though, and especially the Northern Plains, Dakotas will get some storms, more storms in Montana, and a few clouds, showers, and storms throughout the Pacific Northwest, a few stray clouds and showers throughout the rest of the West Coast, parts of the rest of the West Coast. Finally, we got plenty of storms throughout the Southeast going into the Mid-Atlantic, especially the Gulf Coast, and as well as the parts of the Mississippi and Ohio valleys, and storms in the Dakotas, Northern Plains, and some storms, a few cloud showers, and a few storms in the Pacific Northwest. Alright, folks, I did a lot in just a short amount of time. And I did it, just so that we can get to Kingdom Hearts 2. Alright, so right now, let's get to Kingdom Hearts 2. I hope it's still a thing right about now. Okay, now let's go here. I gotta set up things for myself. Just hold on a minute, folks. Just let me take a quick sip, folks. Man. I don't know what's going on. Whew. Let's load, folks. Right now. Okay, just give me a moment just to set things up for myself. We'll probably extend the whole stream, the whole gameplay until 8:05. Alright, we're in Hollow Bastion right now. Merlin's place, that's after we managed to clear something from 100 Acre Wood, but right now we gotta do something else. See the episode list. Well, the Cavern of Remembrance, that'll have to wait. Let's keep on searching, folks. Not much going on. Nope. Let's go here. Land in Halloween Town right now, folks. Hope it isn't too hard. Yeah, those imbeciles, you can't be trusted, dude. I wonder what's going on right now. So, for those of you just tuning in, welcome to the stream. My name's Marlon. It's episode 22 of Kingdom Hearts 2. Hope you guys having a good day, or hoping that you guys have better days ahead. What the hell? It is 7:05 p.m. Only got about an hour of gameplay to deal with. Okay, we got Jack Skellington as Santa Claus. Dude, haven't you learned your lesson already? Dude, that's not your job. Your job is to be scary. Oh, I'm sure you have. I mean, look at you. You're still wearing Santa Claus's hat. And as well as his suit. He still hasn't gotten over Christmas. Alright, let's do this, you guys. Dude! Yeah, first off, let's go to your place and start searching. Or your favorite places. He's a total whack job. You know, Jack. Oh, and it looks like we got someone worse than that. Let's save real quick. After all, a friend of mine once told me that the saving is your best friend. Alright, let's get inside to shipping and receiving in the toy factory. Second floor. Let's just go here just to see if there are any chests to open. Alright, let's go here. Oh, it's those three rascals. Haven't they learned their lesson already? Bullshit. We gotta go catch those kids. Oh, damn, I'm losing so many. Ah, damn, I didn't even get a chance to heal. That's fucked up. Okay, so now... boxes. Gotta knock him out right now. Gotta hurry up and try. I gotta Oh, she's knocked out. Got it. Got it. Damn. I gotta beat your ass right now. Gotta stop him. Ah, damn it. Gotta go after that kid right now. We gotta beat his ass. One of them got loose! Damn it. Gotta beat him loose. Aw, man. Ah, all of them got out. Ah, man, those kids are so annoying. Well, just gotta try something. Ah, there's still... How did that happen? Okay, so this is not going to work out. Oh, man. Turns out this world is not going to work out, unfortunately. I would need more power levels. I would need more levels to get through. Jafar has already been completed. I don't know about Beast's Castle. All I know is that Beast's Castle is just plain old annoying. But just for the sake of things, let's just show you guys what it would mean. Hold on a minute. Never mind. It's just to show you guys what I mean about this whole, like, oh, like, why can't we just, yeah, why can't we just, like, finish this? Well, it's a lot harder, folks. It's a lot harder. What level are we at right now? 38. Let's shop. Let's buy. We're going to buy some potions. Yeah, I don't know if I need any synthesis, guys. I'm not really a pro at this. I'm just more along the lines of like, hey, let's just fight to fight and heal whenever we need to heal. You know? Alright, let's go straight, guys. Let's go straight to take on Xaldin. Ignore the fight, you guys. Ah, dick. Yeah, I can't, like, fight him with this force field. Ah! Damn it. Fuck. I didn't even get... Ah! Unbelievable. You're just toying with me. Wow. Yeah, that's what I mean, folks, about not being able to take on Xaldin. I gotta figure things out, folks. I know I'm in this life or death situation in this game. Alright, let's give this a try. Oh boy. Dick. I can't do anything. Yeah, we gotta kill Zaldin right now. Man. Yeah, beast is down. Yeah, I'm walking into a death trap. Ah, yeah, Mickey can't do anything about this. Damn it. Man, this is murder right here. This is a massacre. Yeah, all I keep doing is dying. Yeah, guys, I question whether if I'm supposed to battle like this, but it doesn't feel like... Yeah, it's right. I feel like this is more of like... more like just for me to, like, die. Ah. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Yep, that's it. Yeah, Mickey can't be revived as well, so that's the issue. Oh boy. Mickey can't be revived like this. Ah! Damn. That's too quick. All right. Man, this is not good, you guys. Yep, I don't think we can rely on Mickey from now on. Turns out that we can't beat Zaldin. I don't know how the hell do we keep on surviving like this. This is just unsustainable, you know, type of thing, folks. Very unsustainable. Now, what are we doing here? Well, folks, it appears as though that I am in a bit of a struggle right here. You know, I'm doing everything I can just to gain more power, just so that I can beat anybody, you know. Well, this is not gonna work. No storyline. Now, what about Atlantica? Well, let's talk to Sebastian, the crab. Gotta find Sebastian the crab, guys. I know this may sound silly, like, you know, playing in a place like this, but just need to regroup. Alright, let's just get this over with. Chapter 3, Under the Sea. Okay. Let's just get this over with right now. Whoops. Ah! I'm off to a horrible start. Ah. Man. There we go. You guys can't hear the music. I mean, after all, it is copyright infringement that's involved here. Ah! Why? All right, clear. That's good. I mean, you know, you guys can't hear because it's just that copyright infringement and not and also copyright infringement in the background. Well, not really now. Uh, oh boy. Yeah, she's stubborn, you guys. Ariel is stubborn as hell. So that was the very place you met the guy, huh? I think he dropped something. Oh, he dropped something. Okay, we got the Magnaria magic to retrieve lost item. New episode was added. Let's just go ahead and play another. Let's just go ahead and. Hold on, let me go back to the world map. Talk to Ariel. Okay, talk to Ariel. That's all we got to do. There she is. Let's just pick the item up right now. Chapter 4, Ursula's Revenge. Oh, shit. Now we gotta deal with her. Great. It is 7:34 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Marlon, and this is episode 22 of Kingdom Hearts 2. Right now, we're at Atlantica, and we're in trouble because Ariel's in love, and her father definitely is not pleased with all of this. Uh-oh, Ursula. Dude, we kicked your ass. What more do you want? Yeah, don't seek help from Ursula. She can't be trusted. Oh, shit. Now you got those two eels. Contract. Yeah, don't sign that, dude. Don't even think about signing that godforsaken contract. I mean, if you turn into a human, there's no way that you'll be able to swim back here ever again. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Just get the hell out of here, dude. What are you doing, Ariel? Don't even think about it. Oh, hell no. Hell no. I'm not. No, don't sign it, dude. Don't, dude. Ah, oh, you are so fucked. Oh, God. Here we go, guys. Here we go. We're gonna end up going through hell. You know, you can't breathe underwater if you choose to be a human. Guys, swimmer back to the surface right now. Yeah, she can't go back in the water now. Dude, you're supposed to hide. Yeah. Gotta find a way to rescue Ariel and get her voice back. Pretty well, my ass. You have to beat Ursula, you guys. Alright, now we got a real mission to do, you guys. First, let's save before we can do something about it. Now we're getting to the real nitty-gritty part of Atlantica. This is Triton's throne. Fine. Let's see if we... No, there's no way. Oh wait, there's this, there's the puzzle, frontier puzzle, and also another frontier puzzle. Of According to the map, it's not much, folks. Not much going on. Yeah, let's go. Of course not. Well, we're gonna have to beat her ass to do it. Of course. We're just gonna beat her ass, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it could be it. You're already in hot water, dude. I mean, figuratively and sort of literally. Hold on a minute, folks. I gotta take care of something. Yeah, we gotta find Ursula, damn rat. Yeah, tired of those spammers. Yeah, I think Ariel like dyed her hair. Uriak. Yeah, now she can. Oh shit. Ursula, how is she able to, how is she able to like, end up at the surface? What the hell? Dude, run! No, man, no! Come on, man. How is Ursula able to, like, make her way through inland? Damn, there's no way she would have survived that long. This is completely illogical, you guys. Hell no, bitch! Well, fuck your contract. I'm gonna rip it up and just wipe my ass with it. Or rather, Sora's gonna wipe his, I don't know, his fish ass. Screw the deal. Yeah. Yep, he's taken Ariel's place now. And now we still have to beat Ursula though in order to save Triton. Is now? Hold on a minute, folks. I didn't expect King Triton to end up yeah, as a minnow. I mean, as a little sea creature. Now you got Yurik. Now Sora's in the way. Screw you, Ursula. Swim away, Ariel. Musical challenge. Okay, so this one is going to be harder. Okay, gotta pay attention, you guys. This is a matter of life or death now. Now... Oh, shit. Okay. It was a rough start, you guys. Huh, I didn't think we were gonna make it. Shit. Oh, clear. I didn't think that that we're gonna have that kind of result. Ugh, gotta be careful, dude. Not anymore. Yep. She did. She fucking did. That's what she gets. Yeah, she's definitely cooked, you guys. Ursula is done for. Yeah. Triton. I don't know what's with that guy. But at least he's back to his normal self. Which is good. Of course, I know he's a human. Yep, she's going on her date, you guys. Oh, well. Enjoy. Alright. Okay, we got the Thundaga magic to carry out Sebastian's ideas. Alright. So far, so good. I mean, although this is very unproductive, if you know what I mean, guys. But let's just give it another shot, you know? We're still at level 38. Nothing much has changed. It's just the musical that's been a thing. Let's talk to Sebastian right now. Hey! Yeah. I mean, now that you know, like Prince Eric is, you know, it's a good egg. Now we can finally get to the part where we can just, you know, do the final thing with. I don't know. Yeah, I think we managed to get all four. I don't think we'll be able to continue with this, folks. I think we carried a bunch of stuff. Let's go to the world map. And what about other worlds? I mean, many of the worlds are already been either cleared or pretty much not really worth playing at this moment. Guess we can try here. Donald, what's wrong with you? Okay, they're just huddling right now. Seriously? No, what's not cool is that you you want to steal our shit, yeah. Exactly. Alright, let's open that chest, you guys. So, adios, you three, you know, th- three girls. Okay, we got the gold wing. Excellent. Now, let's save real quick. And before we end the gameplay, just need to try something. I don't know if Sora has anything at this moment. Okay. This one's for Valor. Let's go ahead and head to that cavern place. Corridors. I thought this was the cave, you guys. Oh, right, it's through that hole. Right, I forgot about that, you guys. There we go. Okay. Well, it's 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Welcome to the stream for those of you just tuning in. My name is Marlon, and this is episode 22 of Kingdom Hearts 2. Hope you guys having a good day, or hoping that you guys have better days in the long run. For me, well, I'm in the Cavern of Remembrance, but I'm only going to be streaming for another 4 minutes. Oh, it's through that direction, you guys. Ah, damn it. It's just a bunch of stupid ass cars. I'm hearing sirens, folks. Hold on a minute. Alright, I'm back, folks. Yeah, just one more attempt, and then we'll be on our way to the topic of the day. Damn it. I gotta beat this car dude. Good, we beat one car dude. It's not enough. Can't get out of this shithole. Well, I've beaten one car, which is good. Get out of there. Well, come on! Wow! No one wants to give me a break. Oh, then. Looks like I'm gonna have to pull back. Yeah, I don't have a choice, you guys. I have to pull back. Alright, I'm gonna change the scene, but I need to change the HDMI output. Just give me a moment, folks, while I do this. Alright, now let me see. Just need to change it here. And before I do that, I just need to check on something real quick. Thought I already banned. Good, good. I hope that I've done my part to ban, somebody. But right now, I mean, that's all I got, folks. Okay, so now let's focus on the weather topic of the day. So I think I've already talked something about the weather topic of the day earlier, but I think it was just a small one, folks. Oh man, I really gotta go to the bathroom, folks. Just let me do the weather topic of the day and just let me set up right now. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm gonna do something that'll involve something like this, right? More background music, folks. More background music, which is not good. Not good at all. Man, okay. Can you hold on a minute, folks? I'll be right back. Okay, now I remember, folks. Okay, so the weather. Okay, so there was one weather topic of the day that I've already mentioned, but I'd be happy to record it, which is called a barometric swamp. I would rather do that using the upper level maps. Going to right around here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I would rather just read to you guys this because yeah, it's just so I can read with better detail. What is a barometric swamp? Hold on, making sure making sure everything's good. Okay. A barometric swamp is a meteorological term referring to an area where the atmospheric pressure remains nearly constant over a large area. And the characteristics include isobars being far apart, calm winds, weather dependent on surface temperatures, stable in winter and unstable summers, and the impacts that would have on weather conditions and the importance in aviation. Hold on a minute, I have to retry that again because of background noise. Yeah, I'm going to try this again. A barometric swamp is a meteorological term referring to an area where the atmospheric pressure remains nearly constant over a large area. Characteristics include isobars being far apart, calm winds, weather dependent on surface temperature, and stable in the winter and unstable in the summer. There would be impacts on weather conditions, and it serves as an importance in aviation. All right, so basically, folks, that's it for the weather topic of the day. There's going to be more streaming tomorrow, same time. Maybe there's a chance Maybe there's a chance that I'll probably do green screen, but don't guarantee that's going to happen. Some things can happen. But I'll see if I can give it a try. You know, just to put myself on the green screen and put it on the stream. All right? Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next episode of Kingdom Hearts, and hopefully we'll try to find us a place where we can finally accomplish things. But in the meantime, this is just where I gotta leave off for the stream, for the game, and all of that. Turn on the notifications after you hit me with a follow so that you guys will know when I'll be streaming the next time, in case if I'm not able to make it to the stream tomorrow at 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Alright? Now, do stay safe out there, no matter the weather, and take care of yourselves and each other. And peace out, everybody. Love y'all. Signing out.